Hello children, good morning to you all. Yesterday we have completed our new terms. So as I told you, I am going to start the explanation of our first lesson, that is map and globe. So today we are going to start with our lesson. Globe and map. So as of now I don't have globe. I will show you tomorrow how it will be there. I will get it to you. Okay. So today our lesson is globe and map. What does the globe represent? It represents the model of our earth, how the earth looks. We can see the globe and find out. It is the true model of the earth. If we see the earth from the space, earth looks just like our globe. Understand? Round like a ball. Understand? What is the earth? So, through globe and map, we learn all about the earth. We learn all about the earth. Through the globe and map, we are going to learn all about the earth. First of all, what is earth? Earth is a planet. Earth is a planet in our solar system. Earth is a planet in our solar system. You in your third class, you learnt, or in science also you must have learnt, our solar system consists of 8 planets. They are, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and 2 more what? I don't get it now. Let it be. So out of those 8 planets, Earth is one of those 8 planets, and this Earth holds most important place than any other planets in the solar system. Earth holds the most important place than any other planets in our solar system. The reason for this is Earth is the only planet which consists life on it, or which has life on it. Earth is the only planet which has life on it. So that even Earth is also known as the life planet. Life planet also we call Earth. Okay. We even call it life planet also. So, life prevails only on Earth. Not on any other, planets. That's why Earth holds the most important place in our solar system. You may ask, why only Earth has life on it? Why not the other planets? You may get the doubt now. We have 8 planets, means all the planets should have life. Why only the Earth has life? The reason for it is, Earth has all the components which are necessary for the life to prevail, life to exist. What all needed for the existence of life? Light, heat, water, air, Understand? Soil. All these things are present on the earth, which are very much needed for us to live. Food is there. And for example, air is there, oxygen, sunlight and heat is there. Soil is there to grow food for us. And moreover, oxygen, the water. Only the earth contains water. Water, air, food. These are the basic needs of any living organism. Whether it is human being or any insect or big elephant and whale, whoever it is. Everybody needs food and water. This food and water and air exist only on the planet Earth. That's why life is possible only on Earth, but not on any other, not on any other planets. Now the next point is, what is the Earth made up of? What is the Earth? Some planets are made up of only gases. Some are made up of different quartz and all, minerals. But Earth is made up of, Earth consists land and water. Land and water. Earth is made up of land and water. Earth is made up of land and water. Understand? So, if I tomorrow show you the globe in that way, you think that it is the earth. Okay. You think this is the earth, round shape. In that, you find 1/3 portion earth, land, and remaining all this part is water. All this is water. So what is more on the earth, you say? Land is more or water is more? Water is more. Land is less. Less portion of the earth is covered with land, and very larger portion of the earth is covered with water. So this land on the earth is divided into continents. The land portion on the earth is divided into 7 continents. What are continents? Very large pieces of land are called continents. And water bodies on the earth are divided into 4 main oceans. 4 main oceans. Okay. So in this way, earth is made up of land masses and water masses. Okay. So, to know where water is there, where land is there on the earth, or to know more about the earth, to know the facts about the earth, what facts we can know? We can know the location of the places. We can know where exactly water bodies are there. What is their quality, depth, everything. Everything, if you want to know about it, you need one aid. Something to help you to know about the earth. So, we have 2 things which can help us to know more and more, or to get more and more information about the earth. They are globe and maps. They are globe and maps. So first, let us know about globe. Let us know about globe first. So what is globe? It is a true model of the earth. True model of the earth. It It is the true model of the earth. Okay, how earth looks after when we see it from the space. If we go into the space through rocket and you see from there how the earth looks, same way, same shape we can see on a globe. How will be the globe? It will be round in shape like this. Here it is a base and it will have some imaginary line with one, and inside water and land, everything is shown. Understand? I will show you tomorrow correct globe. So, children, what I tell you is how globe helps us to study the earth. So we all know earth is spherical in shape. By seeing this globe model, you can easily make out earth is spherical in shape. Spherical means round in shape. Understand? But it is slightly flattened on the top and at the bottom. So very lightly it is flat at the top and bottom of the earth. Earth is round. It is the globe is three-dimensional model of the earth. From three sides you can see it. Okay. So when we study about the earth, we will say that earth is flattened on the top and at the bottom very slightly. Very slightly. Understand? But when we see it from the space, we cannot see such a slight flatness of the earth. That's why it looks completely round like a ball. So, though it is slightly flattened, we cannot see. So, globe shows us the realistic shape of the earth. Realistic means in reality how the earth looks from the shape, space, same thing we can see on the globe also. So, we can say the globe shows us the realistic shape of the earth, very real shape of the earth, true shape of the earth. So, what is a globe? Globe is a true model of the earth. It is a true and very small model of the earth. Though it is a small model, it is very informative. What information it gives us? It gives us how many continents are there, how many oceans are there, and even the imaginary lines on the earth which are called latitudes and longitudes. See, slightly like this. Lines are drawn on the globe. In reality, they are not drawn. Imaginary lines they are like this. Understand? The lines which are drawn from west to east are called latitudes. Lines which are drawn from north to south are called longitudes. So, globe gives us the information about these imaginary lines, water bodies, and landmass on the earth. And it gives us detailed and correct information about the earth. So in this way, though it is a small model, it gives us correct and true information about the earth. So these all are good qualities we talk about the globe. But it has some limitations, drawbacks also. We face some problems with the globe. If we take small globe, we cannot see everything on the globe. Okay. Very big globe we cannot handle. It is very difficult for us to carry the globe from one place to another. Understand? And only in American Museum you find the biggest globe in the world. Very big it is. But we cannot carry it everywhere. It needs lot of space while you go in the bus, or you cannot carry it on your bike. So we face lot of problems in carrying it. So to find the solution for this and to know more about the earth better than the globe, maps are introduced. What are these maps? Maps are the drawing of the earth. Map is the drawing of the earth. Map is the drawing of the earth on a flat surface. Map is the drawing of the earth on a flat surface. Whole earth. Yes, whole earth. Or part of it. You can see the whole earth, world. I will show you here. I have two maps here. This is the world map. Children, this is the world map. What is map? Map is the drawing of the earth. This is the drawing of the earth on a flat surface. This is the paper. We can draw the map on a flat surface like on walls, on floor, on cloth, or on paper. So, this is the map of complete world. All continents and all oceans can be seen here. Understand? So, this map shows us the whole world. Whereas, even we can draw the map of one single country or one single continent or even one single city also, or one single state also. Here one more map is there. This map, you can see this map. This is the map of our country. So it is also a map. But what it shows? Only one country, India. In this way, you can have the map of any country of the world. You can have the map of any continent of the world. You can even have the map of your own city, your own state, your own village also. Understand? So in this way, if you draw the map on a flat surface, on a piece of cloth or paper, you can easily roll it and carry with you easily. That's why we can say maps are better than the globe to carry, to handle. Understand? So, maps are introduced. What are maps? Maps are the drawing of earth on a flat surface. Maps are easy to handle, I told you. Details are shown from different symbols. We use different symbols, means signs, color, direction, let's see, signs and symbol and color to show different things on a same map. So it is very difficult to understand that how much information map can give us. It is voluminous. How much ever, like volume, which has lot of information in it. It is like a book, I can say. One complete book. Map is like one complete book. So we call it voluminous. It gives us lot of information about the earth or about a country in a different ways. What are used to show those informations? Symbols and signs are used and colors are also used. In the map, they are called the language of the map. As we use English language to teach you or study or to know or to speak, same way here symbols talk, I can say. It shows different things on the map. Okay. We can show different types of maps showing whole part of the earth or a part of it, simple one small part of it also. So even we can have a book with so many pages which have so many maps. This book of maps is called atlas. Here maps can be of different types. What types of maps we will have, I am going to explain you now. But this is the atlas which gives you lot of information about single country, about India. So many maps are there. They tell about the routes from one place to another. They tell about national parks, sanctuaries. They tell about industries, crops, soil, mountains, rivers, what not. Everything you can find in the map. If you have atlas, you can see everything separately in its separate pages you get. Understand? So it is a book of maps which you can use for studying the place, about studying the place. So maps can be of three types. Maps are of three types. What are these three types of maps? First one is political map. Political maps. These political maps show us different countries, continents, villages, states, etc. with their boundaries. With their boundaries. Then physical maps. Physical maps show us the physical divisions on the earth, or physical divisions of a country, like mountains, rivers, landforms, plains, deserts, plateaus, coastal plains, etc. Forests. Understand? So in this way, physical maps show us the physical features of a particular country or of a particular place. Then third one is the most important. It is thematic maps. Thematic maps. Theme means subject. We get here one word. Theme. Thematic maps means they contain some theme, some subject. Like one map, it can show only about industries of India. Other map, it talks only about the industries. The topic it has taken. Topics. Themes means subject or topics, you can say. If you want to know about the different types of soil you find in different states of India, we can have the map Soils of India, which with different colors, different types of soil are shown on the map. Then in the same way, if you talk about industries, they are also shown with different symbols in the map. Understand? If you want to know about the crop, in the map of India, in different states, different symbols are used. For example, if they want to show sugarcane crop, like this they will show. If they want to show rice or wheat, like this, some symbol they can use. Understand? If they want to show cotton, like this they will show. Different symbols there. So they take some theme, subject or a topic and make the map. Understand? So that map shows that particular topic only. Like that you can find number of thematic maps which can show you soils, agriculture, crops, industries, routes, waterways, roadways, railways, minerals, forests, rivers, so many such things you can find in the map. But everything you cannot see on the same map. If you want to know about particular one topic, you get that, open the atlas, you will have that topic and you can study it. Such maps are having the topics, they are based or made on a single topic. They are called thematic maps. So map making is a science or art, I can say. So what it is called, the art of map making or art of drawing maps. Art of drawing maps is called cartography. Cartography. Art of drawing maps is called cartography. And person who does maps, person who draws maps is called cartographer. The art of map making or science of drawing the maps is called cartography. And the person, the expert or the scientist who draws the maps with all correctness, all perfectness, all perfection is called cartographer. So, art or the science of drawing maps is called cartography, and the person who draws maps is called cartographer. So, we learned today about the earth. What we learned about the earth today? How the globe is useful. What is globe? What is the shape of the earth? What is the importance of earth? Why earth is called the life planet? Why the earth is the most important planet in the solar system? Then what else we learned? We learned about the maps. What are maps? How are they useful? And we learned about different types of maps. And we learned about the what is art of map making, etc. Tomorrow we are going to learn about different things, which the factors which we need for drawing the maps or reading the maps. We are going to study about map reading tomorrow. Reading means I am taking a book in the hand and reading. That is not called reading. Even we can study about the maps also. In which way we can study the maps, read the maps is map reading. What are the factors which help us to read the map will be our tomorrow's topic. So this much, how much I taught you today. First page, globe and maps, page number 7 and 8 till here. I did not teach you direction of maps. Directions on a map I did not tell. Only till types of maps I have completed. Please read that page and try to understand. Tomorrow we are going to continue with the next topic, that is the factors which help us to read the maps. So here we stop. Thank you, children.